Okay, so the role I have today, speaking to you, is that I'm CEO of Kvarn. What is Kvarn? You can press Control Plus, I think, to get the text a bit bigger, even if the screen is big. But Kvarn is an open source platform, free open source platform to help and assist in running safe person registers in compliance with GDPR. Of course, a technology in itself doesn't guarantee compliance, but it can help you. Kvarn was developed during the last 2 years when I got the responsibility of the IDO6 and Valtti databases in Finland and Sweden. And we already then knew that the regulation is coming up, so we spent most of the time actually thinking about privacy, because that's the single most important thing about the regulation. Privacy first, privacy by design and default. Only after 1 year of studying and thinking and consulting with the privacy specialists, we started to make the architecture, audit that, make the implementation, audit that, and so on. The construction federations needed this platform, but they are not IT houses. So they decided to, on my suggestion, to open source the platform, because they are not the only ones with this problematics coming up. So I'm evangelizing Kvarn now, because the more usage, recognition, acceptance it gets, the more credibility it gets, and the more trust it builds. So I'm not selling anything, I'm advocating it. It is free under the AGPL 3 license. The Kvarn platform actually won the EIC 2016 awards last spring as best approach to governance and risk mitigation. Why Kvarn was built was to run the IDO6 system and the Valtti system, which is a similar system in Finland. And they are non-profit. Their purpose is to fight the gray economy in the construction industry, which is a big problem. Companies don't pay taxes. They import black labor from Ukraine and Baltics and Poland. So in the Nordics, where we like our governance and we like to pay taxes, this was a problem that the construction industry, together with the authorities, wanted to do something about. So we govern professional identities, and with that I don't mean the identity of the physical person, but his affiliation to a certain company. We monitor constantly the quality of the information. I mean, the person doesn't change, but his contracts with the employers change, and the companies change. Some of them go bankrupt, or doesn't pay their taxes, don't take their social responsibilities. We can block them out from the construction sites in the Nordics. Then your ID card doesn't give you any more permittance to do the work. Of course, sitting on this kind of infrastructure would make it possible to make all kinds of services for the construction industry and for the subjects in the register. But we are non-profit. We shouldn't make money on this. So there is a decision, or it has been opened to application providers to freely build value-added services on top of this ecosystem. Why we cannot make money on this is clear. We are in practice a monopoly. We wouldn't be accepted in that sense. That's also why we use only open standards, open interfaces, open source software. We cannot have like non-transparent things. Well, we will, 2017, we will release a pan-Nordic ID standard for the construction industries, and we will, in addition to provide the physical identity cards, we will provide virtual ID cards. That is access to your digital identity. So from provisioning ID cards, we are starting to manage the digital identities of the persons. So we are creating an ecosystem where all the application providers can use us as an identity provider and as a single sign-on point, endpoint for authentication, lifting that heavy burden off their shoulders. Okay, should I stop already, or how was it with the time?
If you could conclude in a sentence, that'd be great. Could you leave a little bit of time for questions?
Okay. So the important thing I'm trying to change the mindset is that we shouldn't manage our identity objects. We should make them subjects and give the control of the information, of their own information to them. So application providers will be authorized to access the personal information only if authorized by the subject. Here I can put an.
Thank you very much.
And then, thank you.
Thanks.